please forgive me, because this conversation, I gotta take a deep breath for this one, because this conversation is a big conversation that nobody likes to talk about. Nobody likes to talk about it. And I don't know if it's because they're a little sensitive, or just because they don't want us to talk about it, because it could possibly be demonic. That's how I grew up. And forgive me if you didn't grow up that way, but that's how I grew up. Crime is demonic. Crime is demonic. No matter how you put it, no matter how you say it, there is good and there's evil. And you got to choose what side you're on. But this is about Ohio. Ohio has banned transgender affirming care to minors. And again, like I said, growing up, this was considered demonic. But now, in 2024, as I speak to you today, it's considered normal. It's considered regular. I personally don't know how it could be. But you do what you have to do in your life. I don't judge you. I don't cast no stones at you. I'm not going to say you going to hell, but I'm sure going to question your mindset and why you would actually want to change your body into something that it's not. Up until last year, there was a he and there was a she. That's all you did for your job applications. That's all you did for your doctors. If you're registering for a doctor, that's all you put down. He or she, male or female. Now there is they and them. Listen, I don't want to get demonetized. I'm not even monetized, but I think we should have this conversation. I think we should have this conversation. I think we should be able to talk to each other proudly, stand up on what we believe in, and get a conversation going without it turning into chaos. I don't agree with this either. And I'm actually on Ohio's side. I don't think that kids under the age of 18 should be able to change their gender by surgery. I personally don't think that's okay. And you can criticize me. You can tell me your thoughts in the comments. I really don't care at this moment in time. What you do with your body when you're a grown adult is different than what you do with your body when you're a kid. Because you don't understand the consequences of your actions until you're older. And there's a lot of people that done fell into this rabbit hole and fell into this trap. And they realize now, years later, that they made a mistake. But that's my little rant. Let's get into the actual video. Ohio bans gender affirming care for trans minors. Let's tune in.
News: the Ohio Senate just voted to override the governor's veto of a bill that will restrict medical care for transgender minors. The bill will also block transgender girls from playing in female sports. NBC News correspondent Maggie Vespa is following the latest for us. So, Maggie, what kind of impact will this bill have, and when is it going into effect?
Yeah, so as you pointed out, Sinclair, this is kind of a two-pronged bill. It's a combination of bills that were introduced separately and then combined, passing with a supermajority in the Senate and the House, then vetoed by the governor, and they have now overridden that veto. So in 90 days, when this goes into effect, essentially this spring, this will prevent minors from getting any kind of gender-affirming care that includes hormone blockers, therapy, those kinds of things. And it will also prevent girls and women from transgender girls and women, I should say, from competing on high school and collegiate athletic teams, basically women's sports in the state of Ohio. This vote came today after we heard dozens of lawmakers on both sides of the issue effectively stand up and say why they were going to vote the way they did. Here are two examples of what we just heard. Take a listen.
Despite what the liberals say, gender is not assigned at birth, but rather from the moment of conception, you are either male or you are female. And there is no such thing as gender-affirming care.
I find it very disconcerting that we stand here and make bold statements and not really understand or accept the fact that someone has their own autonomy and being able to make choices about their own medical care or how they want to be seen in this world.
Now, we should point out Ohio's governor, if you're keeping track, is a Republican, Mike DeWine. He had vetoed that bill not because he's against banning gender-affirming care of any sort. He basically said he drew the line at surgery, and he has since introduced his own executive order banning surgery for minors. Now this bill takes care of all kinds of gender-affirming care.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated.
I 100% agree with this governor, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you guys don't. I'm sorry if you guys do. Not sorry if you guys do. Sorry. I'm sorry if you guys don't, and I'm here with you guys if you do. I don't agree. I also believe that you should keep that as an adult. You should be able to do that as an adult. If you choose to be a transgender, do it after you're 18 when you're a grown adult. Just like if you choose to be a drunk, do it at 21 when you can buy alcohol. If you choose to get a tattoo, do it at 18 when you can choose on your own and you're not under your parents' roof. I don't believe in it. I'm sorry. I don't believe a kid should be able to surgically remove whatever they choose as a kid. And I'm not on one party or the other. That's just strictly how I feel. That's how I feel. Nothing wrong with them. I love all people. I have no stones to throw. I just believe you should do it when you're an adult. If you choose to make that decision, it's your body, your choice. Just don't do it as a kid, because honestly, you're not fully developed. Your brain is not fully developed yet.